All right. What up? What up, people? Hold on, let me find out this shit is acting funny. Why is this shit acting funny, though? What is it saying? Your video needs to change resolution. What are they talking about? Hold on. What are they talking about? What is going on? Hold on. Let me see something. Why is this shit acting weird? Hold on. Let me try something else. All right, let me see if this is going to work. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. What is going on with this shit? Oh man, I don't know what's going on with this shit. This shit is acting real janky right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 fucking second. Shit. All right. Can you guys see me? You guys can see me? Everything good? Can you guys see me? Everything good? Everything alright? This shit was acting weird for a second. Shit was acting mad weird. I don't know why, but I think we're good. So we're good? Everything good? Y'all can hear me? Everything's cool? If you can hear me and see me, just type in 1 so I know it. So I know it's really popping off. You feel what I'm saying? Type in the number 1 to let me know you can hear me and see me. You feel what I'm saying? Alright, cool. We good. Y'all saying I need glasses because I be squinting? Nah, that's just how I look, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a habit from trying to seduce chicks. You feel what I'm saying? You got to give them that look where you like this. You know what I'm saying? You just looking in their face and you like, yo, girl, what's the deal? You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, so what's going on, people? Remember, guys, get this book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Ebook, hard copy, audio book. You feel me? This light is bright as shit, but you know, you're gonna make it happen. Yeah, so today real quick. I don't know why the stream thing is buffering and acting stupid today. But today real quick, I wanted to talk, I titled this shit, You Have to Laugh at Women. Okay? I titled it, You Have to Laugh at Women. And the reason why I titled this, You Have to Laugh at Women, is basically, I wanted you guys to understand that when you're dealing with women, you shouldn't be taking shit too seriously. You understand what I'm saying? And so, what happens is a lot of times, you get frustrated in the game, you get annoyed with dealing with chicks, because you take them too seriously. So sometimes you're going to be dealing with a girl and she's going to say something that might piss you off, right? Or she'll say something that, offends you. She'll catch a certain type of attitude. Or she'll be very contradictory over certain situations, right? And you just got to laugh. You got to laugh that shit off. You can't take it seriously, because the more serious you take it, the more frustrated you're going to be. See, you always got to remind yourself when you're dealing with women is that you're dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? Anytime you get frustrated by some, let's say, nonsensical type of shit women do, or when they do stuff that, is very, hypocritical or contradictory or whatever it is, don't get pissed off. Don't get mad. Just laugh at that shit. Because, see, the laughing of it is going to keep you from getting frustrated. Because it's more so what you're doing is you're accepting the fact that you're dealing with women. You see what I'm saying? You're accepting the fact that what you're dealing with is that you're dealing with a chick. And so the frustration comes from when you forget that you're dealing with a chick. You feel what I'm saying? And so what I want to tell guys out there is that certain times you're dealing with girls, they're going to be doing things that don't make sense to you. Doing things that you think are illogical. You understand? And when they do these things, you don't need to get upset. You don't need to go crazy. Now, I know there's certain times you might have to, check certain things and have a conversation about certain things with a girl. But you can be cool, calm, and collected at the time you're doing it. You don't got to get pissed off. You don't got to get upset. You don't got to get frustrated. Just laugh at the shit. You just laugh inside or outside or whatever, and find it funny, because objectively it is. So, for example, you might be, let's say, for example, you dealing with a chick, and she says, "Oh, you don't spend enough time with me." And she's complaining about that. And then you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to spend time with you. Then you spend time with her. She's going to be like, oh my God, you're so all up under me. I need some space. And you're like, yo, you just said that I need to spend time with you. I'm spending time with you. Now you say you need your space. Which one is it? So instead of getting annoyed by that, you got to laugh at that. And you have to understand that that's how women are. And then you don't necessarily indulge in that nonsense of listening to what she's saying in those situations and taking her seriously. Now, there are times where you got to take a girl seriously when she says certain things. But then there are times where she's saying certain things because she's just saying it, and in that moment because she's just feeling that way. You feel what I'm saying? Curve D says she might have been testing you. Yeah, that too. Sometimes chicks will test you, try to do some slick stuff, try to say certain things to throw you off. Right? And if, you shouldn't upset yourself and get frustrated by that nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? So, you got to understand that that's part of the game, is that chicks are going to do things that may annoy you. They're going to do things that, you're just like, why are they doing this? They're so fucking annoying. Because, see, what's going to happen to you is that if you don't laugh at these chicks, you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to become MGTOW. You feel what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. You're going to have, see, MGTOWs are dudes who didn't realize they should be laughing at these chicks. You understand? They took the shit way too seriously. They went full retard. You feel what I'm saying? So I know these MGTOWs is going to be mad as shit. They be like, damn it, man, why? You goddamn dating coaches, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep talking that shit? Fuck you, man. Goddamn dating coaches. Anyway, but yeah, you gotta laugh at this shit, man. Because women are not going to stop doing the things they do. They're not going to stop being who they are. They're not going to stop being females. And the mistake men make is they expect women to be like us. You feel what I'm saying? You understand? So you're expecting a woman to be the same way that you are. Shout out to my dude EO in the chat. What's going on, bruh? What's going on? I saw your video earlier, the one you talking about, don't panic. That was some real shit right there, man. That was some real shit. I love that shit. I was like, that's some real shit. Make sure you guys subscribe to EO, real talk. But yeah, that's the thing, man. You got to be able to laugh at women, man. See, this is stuff that I even had to learn for myself, where it's like, I'll be dealing with my wife or my girl or some other girl or whoever, and it's just like, I'll get triggered, and I'm like, what did she say? What did she do? What's going? What, like, So I'm like, why are you acting like this? What's going on? Blah 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 blah. Then I have to like, come back and say, listen, man, I'm dealing with a woman who is going to do feminine and womanly things. So I'm not going to upset myself over the shit women do. Because what happens is that you may end up getting into an argument or a big ass debate or a bunch of bullshit because you're interacting with a woman thinking that she's looking at things the same way you look at it. You understand? And then so what happens is you're getting frustrated because you're trying to, talk sense into this girl. You understand what I'm saying? But you didn't realize that she's going to be on some other, shit. She's going to be all over the place in certain situations. She may be emotional about certain things. Like, there's times where I've dated chicks, right? And they'll say shit like, Mr. Locario, I really like being with you, and I think about you all the time, and I want to be with you so much, and blah blah blah. And then literally maybe 1 or 2 days later, 24 to 48 hours later, they text me and they're like, I met this new guy and I don't think we should see each other anymore. And I'm like, all right, cool. Right? And then the next week they text me and they're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, so how's your new boyfriend? Oh, well, we're not together anymore. Really? And now she's back. Oh, I really want to see you and I miss you and all this other stuff. So she went from missing me to wanting to be with somebody else to coming back to miss me again, all within a week. I'm supposed to take that seriously? I'm supposed to come on, son. Come on, son. See, shout out to my dude K Zag, and he said, yeah, women are goofy. You can't take shit personal. Exactly. And this is why, I laugh at guys when they talk about, the whole looks thing and all women only care about your looks and yada yada yada. I'm like, listen, women are all over the place. So if you're thinking that just because a guy is good looking, that's going to automatically always equal to sex, just so you're thinking that the logic just in this straight line is just going to go like that. Oh, well, he's good looking, she's going to have sex with him. No, chicks are going to do shit based off of how they feel in the moment. You understand? One moment she's like, oh, he's so hot, I want to do him. Then 20 minutes later, she don't want to fucking do the guy. Then tomorrow she wants him. You ever hear a chick say she hates a certain guy, and then you end up seeing her with the guy she said she hates? I'm sure some of y'all have seen this before. You might have seen this when you were in school, like in high school or college or whatever. A chick will say to you, oh, I hate Trevor, he's such an asshole. And then next week she's fucking Trevor. And you're like, but I thought you said you hate him. Well, it's because at that moment she hated him, and then next week she likes him. You understand? You have to laugh at this shit. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take this shit seriously. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta laugh at this shit. See, the laughter is going to keep you from getting frustrated. You understand? You said women are so confusing. No, all you gotta understand is this. Women they're gonna be complex, but it's generally they're gonna do what they feel in the moment. And to you as a man, it's not gonna really make as much sense because, see, the way we are is we're a certain type of way. Like we like, let's say for example, me and my dude Everett Overton and my dude Kay Zaggin, we all going out to the bar and shit, right? We go out to a bar to get some drinks and chill, right? So we may go to this bar and, let's say the bar sucks and we get terrible service and the bartenders are rude to us and the waitresses are rude to us and everybody's just terrible to us, right? We may say, you know what, this bar sucks. We're never coming to this bar again, right? So because we, as men, we're like, we made a decision that this bar sucks. So we just, in our mind, we're not fucking with that bar anymore, right? So, but for women though, what happens is that they could have been at the same bar, they could have got the same crappy service, and at that moment they're like, "Oh, this shit sucks. I'm never coming here again." And then next week, another one of their friends will be like, "Hey, let's go to that bar," and they'll be like, "Okay." Even though they had sucky service there, they'll still go back because in this moment, since their friend wants to go, they're in a whole different mood. They'll just do it, right? Now, if you want to look objectively, that's actually an interesting way to be in certain situations. Like the positives of that is that because you're living in that moment, right? You're not too rigid and strict on your mindset. Because even myself, like I get into it a lot with my wife where she knows how I am. Like if I say something, that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And the funny part is she'll keep asking me about certain things that I've already made a decision on. But the reason why she's doing that is because that's how she thinks as a woman. Us men, we're like, this is it. Women are like, it depends on the moment. So I might say to my wife or my girl or whatever, I might say, look, I don't like bologna sandwiches and I don't want to eat no bologna sandwiches. And then so 2 days later, my wife might ask me, yo, do you want a bologna sandwich? And I'm looking at her like, yo, I just told you 2 days ago I don't want a bologna sandwich. But she's thinking that maybe my mind has changed from 2 days ago. But the only reason she's thinking that is because that's how she thinks as a woman. Because she may not like bologna sandwiches on Monday, but on Thursday or something, she might want to eat a bologna sandwich. You understand? Curve D said, with that mindset, it's easier to not stay attached to things or feelings and people. Real talk. Kevin, what's poppin'? You said laugh at them on what kind of situation, perhaps because you might look stupid doing that over and over again. No, this is what I'm saying. When I'm saying laugh at them, I'm saying, well, literally you can laugh at them. But what I'm really saying is don't take them seriously. You understand? Don't take it too seriously. So what I'm saying is, let's say, you're chilling with some girl. And like, I remember I was in a situation just like this. I was chilling with a girl and she wanted to charge her phone. And because she couldn't charge her phone, she got extremely upset. And it was like, oh my God, life is over. I can't charge my phone. She's just really negative and then has an attitude because she can't charge her phone. She starts cursing. How come I can't find a fucking charge, a thing to plug in my phone in this place, in this store? This store sucks. Yada, 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 yada. So I'm just looking at this chick like, really, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm laughing at the shit because it's funny, because it's really not that serious. And she's just acting that way because she's all in her emotions. Right? And the thing is, sometimes chicks will bring that energy towards you, so you don't need to upset yourself based off of how she's acting. You feel what I'm saying? You understand? Man. Crazy. But yeah, just you gotta laugh at these chicks, man. Because if you don't, you're going to you're gonna be extremely frustrated. It's almost the thing is, it's almost like you have to see that this shit is not really that serious at all. Now, let me take a call real quick. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, yo, what's good, man?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
This is Jay. I live in Tampa.
All right, what's going on, bro?
Yo, it's funny you're talking about this because this shit just happened to me last night.
Oh, word.
So, this girl, right, I'm dating, she sends me a picture, and I was like, yo, you look better when you smile, so, like, you should smile more in your pictures. So she goes ape shit crazy, like, what the fuck you saying? I look ugly in the pictures before?
God.
Right? So I'm like, first of all, I was like, yo, you need to stop being, text me when you're ready to apologize.
Right,
he goes,
right.
Who the fuck you think you are? You know, I'm not So like 6 hours later, I get a text from her. Oh, I'm really sorry. I was being immature earlier.
Real talk.
Like that's how these chicks are, man. 1 minute, you know, they want to fuck you, and the next minute, they emotional, man.
Right. Nah, real talk, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta laugh at it because, and if you notice, this is what's going to happen. You'll notice the switch so quickly. You understand? Because at 1 minute, the girl will be all pissed off at you. Like, it'll literally be 5:30 p.m. The girl's pissed off at you, and then 5:45 p.m. she's all lovey-dovey with you. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
Exactly, man. That's why, you know, like, dudes, they got to know the game, man.
Right.
That's why, you know, ever since I started listening to you, like, everything just starts to make sense now.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Like, I try to tell you. And it's something that guys got to sort of see for themselves, but also it's about you, you know, like, being grounded in your situation. And this is the thing. Sometimes you forget about it. You forget that you're dealing with a woman. You understand? Because you're so caught up in how you're thinking as a man. You start getting into, like, for example, when that girl's like, oh, so you trying to say I'm ugly, blah blah blah. Your initial response would be like, oh, well, why you gotta act like that, and why you getting all mad? Like, you'll start to indulge in that. But if you understand that this is how women will react to certain things, you feel what I'm saying? Then
right, and that's why I just left it alone.
Right,
I didn't even respond, and that's why. Yeah, and at the same time, I was ready to walk away for her. Like, if she never texted me an apology, then we were never gonna talk again. Like, you know, that's where I was at with the situation. So.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Sometimes, and this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do is that you laugh at them. You don't take them seriously as far as what they're saying and what they're doing, so that you don't upset yourself. But at the same time, you still have to notice what they're doing, because you don't necessarily want to continue to deal with a chick who may be sort of like, you know, belligerent or just on some bullshit generally. You understand? Because if she's continuously being an issue and a problem, you don't want to take it seriously as far as getting yourself upset, but you also want to be able to know when to charge a chick to the game when she's doing some stupid shit. You know, if she's continuously doing stupid shit. So if a girl continuously keeps getting ridiculous consistently and bringing drama to your life and all that other stuff, you want to nip that in the bud. But at the same time, you want, for your own peace of mind, to not get caught up in it to where you're upsetting yourself. And notice I keep saying upsetting yourself. I'm not saying she's getting you upset. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not her getting you upset. It's you're upsetting yourself based off of what she's doing. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. You don't want to upset yourself based off what she's doing, which is why you know what I'm saying? You don't need to take that shit seriously. You see what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree, man.
Real talk, man. That's what's up, man. But y'all, I appreciate the call, bro. All right, I'm gonna holler at you later, man.
All right, man. Keep preaching. Thanks, man.
All right, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. You know, but yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, it's crazy that dudes get so pissed off about all this shit when it comes to women, man. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Locario, man? This is Triller Tex, man. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? What's the deal with you, bro?
Hey, you know, I mean, you hit it right on the head all the time with all of this shit you talking about. But dudes, like a lot of dudes don't understand that women don't think logically like us,
right?
And they do change their emotions. Like prime example, I've been wanting to call in and ask you this because you never really talk about this one subject. You cover everything else, but you never talked about this. You never talked about how chicks, especially when they're emotional and shit, and they change their mind. They'll hang out with you and everything will be cool. You just get done smashing, or you have a good date. She kissing you on the date and shit, and then she go home and talk to her homegirls. And her homegirl, she worried about her homegirls judging her. She gonna tell her the truth, and then her whole attitude changes the next time she's with you or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of dudes don't understand too. Like a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It's all to do with her. And a lot of times chicks get so much advice and bad fucked up advice from their homegirls, and they can't make their own decisions on their own. So they just go off what their homegirls tell them to do. Like, girl, what should I do?
Right.
I just hung out with this dude and we left this bar. We got to go to this house. Girl, should I go over this house and fuck him? Like, no, don't go over there. He just gonna try to fuck. Like, you out of that. You not being a hoe no more. You trying to get a boyfriend.
Right.
You know, like, and that shit happens all the time. And dudes really think that it's them. Like, man, what happened? Like, she tripping. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with shit. It's all her.
Right. And that's the thing, because, you know, women, you know, they're always looking to, you know, to follow something. You see what I mean? So they'll even follow the advice of their girlfriends, follow the advice of their you know, simp male friends they got in the friend zone, all this other stuff, because you know, they're always looking for those answers. But again, you know, this is why sometimes you'll get with a chick and she may like you, and then things might not go the way you expected because she got all these people in her ear doing a whole bunch of goofy shit. And this is why when you actually get a girl who becomes your girlfriend, or a girl that you've been really seeing for a while, or, you know, a girl that you're going to really actually have on your team, this is why it's important to instill in her the principles and knowledge and wisdom that you have, so that she's not easily influenced by other people. You see what I'm saying? This is why we talk about upgrading your girl. When you upgrade her mind, you understand what I'm saying? What you're doing is that you're helping her to understand and see certain things that she may not have seen because she is a woman. And this is what you got to understand. Most women, when the way that they live in, you know, out in society and all this other stuff, is that they're not going to get necessarily the real deal unless we tell them the real deal. So what happens is that, for example, a girl, and this is ridiculous, because certain girls, they understand this, but there are certain girls who don't, where they'll be chilling with a guy and they'll think that the guy actually wants to be their friend. So you try to tell the girl, listen, this guy's trying to smash. He don't care about being your friend. He's just there and she'll be like, no, what are you talking about? We're just cool. He doesn't want to do that with me. And so she doesn't recognize, because she doesn't understand the reality of the situation. So you, as the man, you have to be able to put her up on game to let her know what it is. So that's like a simple ass example. But there are other things that women may not understand, because as a society, since society coddles women a lot, so there's really no you know, game that they get, because nobody's giving them the game, because society as a whole will coddle them, and most guys are so busy just trying to fuck that most guys don't take the time to really give a chick any game. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what happens.
It's still a factor too. Is the chick smart enough to understand bullshit from now? I mean,
exactly.
Like they've been programmed so much. It's like you just got to find a chick that, if she's on that type of shit, you got to find a chick that's smart enough to be able to recognize shit. It's just like I can talk to you, Locario, right? I can call you and talk to you online right now, right?
Right.
And I think three things. I ask you about a situation with a chick, right?
Right.
Now, most women, they're going to go to their homegirl, go to a couple homegirls, like, girl, what should I do? Then they're going to tell that other friend what the other friend should do. Like, I'll go to you, I might go to you. I might go to one of these other dating coaches and ask them the same question. But at the end of the day, as a man, I'm gonna make a logical decision on what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm not gonna just base everything that I'm gonna do on what you just told me to do. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a fucking man.
Right.
But I mean, I just wanted to put the point out there to a lot of these guys is like, like you say all the time, they got to get out here and experience the shit and see it because they don't go to bars and shit and meet women. They're afraid to talk to women, and you guys are never gonna really understand that a lot of the stuff that Locario is saying,
right?
Until you actually really get out there and like, yo, he said that shit. Okay, that happened one time. That happened 2 times.
Right,
I'm still trying
exactly.
to say goofy shit. I'm still a little bit against it, but let me try it a third time. Okay, this shit really doesn't work. Now I got to go this route because it really doesn't really have anything to do with me at the end of the day. If I'm doing everything right, and a lot of times it's just a chick, and and a lot of dudes don't realize that every chick is not gonna like you, bro. You just gotta keep moving and find a chick. You know what I mean? It's a numbers game for us. You go to the gym, you don't make every fucking shot you shoot.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. Real talk. And it's funny because like a lot of guys, they're scared to make moves and make something happen because they're worried about this girl not liking them or that girl not liking them. Dude, there's gonna be times, man, like, you're gonna be dealing with girls who you think like you that don't like you at all. And then there's gonna be times where you're gonna deal with girls who you think don't like you, but they're really into you. And you'll be surprised. And everything in between. So it's like you just gotta put yourself out there and see what's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the only way you're gonna start figuring it out and learn how to read women is by doing it over and over and over and over, trial and error. And then you're gonna start figuring out your own niche of how you do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a big boy, you gotta use your big boy charisma. If you're a short, funny motherfucker, you gotta use your short, funny charisma. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys they don't do it enough to find their own niche. They think that, hey, it's gotta be this way, or this chick doesn't like me, or I'm too short, or I'm too big. No, fuck that. It's some chick out there that likes your big ass. There's some chick out there that likes a little ass. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta keep doing it and not take that shit serious and just keep pushing.
Real talk, man.
That's real pretty talk. Much it, man. I ain't gonna hold you up too much long. I just want to put that out there. I appreciate all the work you're doing, bro. I see all the grinding you're doing, my nigga.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it, bro. All right, I'm holla. Peace. Yeah, man. You guys gotta remember. You can't take these chicks too seriously, man. You will lose your motherfucking mind. And also too, let me tell you, man. Hold on, let me get this call real quick. Hold on. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Mr. Locario.
What up? Who's this?
Hey, yo, what's up, man? I'm on here on the live.
All right, what's going on?
Hey, bro, I got a question about what happened. It has something to do with, like, cops.
With cops? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, though, if a situation will ever get to the cops. But, like, let me tell you real quick. Like, you say you're trying to be direct with a chick. You use a little bit of small talk, and you be direct. Well, I did that, and I told this chick named Rosie at Macy's, listen, Rosie, I want to fuck you. And I was direct like that, and I was looking to her in her eyes, and I don't know, like, she, like, took off.
Are you trolling? You trolling me right now, bro?
Nah, like, that's what happened. Like, I'm trying to be direct, like, okay, like, let me tell you what I've seen.
Because you sound like you trying to come up with the story as you talking.
Nah.
And what do you mean? What do you mean by she took off?
Okay, look. I first seen her when I was walking around, and she walked past me. But when I saw who passed me, I saw that ass, and I'm like, damn, like, I want to hit that. And she walked off deep into the store, and like, she walked some way, and it looked like she was walking to, like, an employee room. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, she probably worked here. So, like, I'm over here, like, all right, let me just chill out, like, let me go, like, scope around. And I'm just kind of, like, doing some other shit, like, not even really giving a fuck, but, like, I want to see this chick. So I then look out in the open, and then I see this lady walking kind of quick, and she's kind of walking like that one lady I just saw. So like, I kind of like walk toward her way, and I kind of meet her at an angle, and she
Get to the point. Get to the point.
like, what the fuck happened? Like, yo, like when I approached her at an angle, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I asked her like, hey, are you, do you work here? And she's like, yeah. And I asked her like, do you know where the men's underwear is at? And she was like, yeah. She points over there, and then like, I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, but like, and then she starts walking off, and then like, I tell her like, what's your name? And she's like, Rosie. And then like, you know, and I told her, nah, I don't really care about the men's underwear. I like, honestly, like, what's up with you? And she's like, oh, I gotta like clock in, you know, I gotta clock in. She's kind of like rushing, and then I was just like, yo, listen, Rosie, I want to fuck you. Mm-hmm. And like, she like stormed off. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm okay, you know, like, I felt like when she stormed off, I was like, okay, let me just charge this chick. Like, I'm cool with charging her. Mm-hmm. And like, it was cool. But
and
like,
so what did, well, hold on, what did this have to do with you talking about the cops?
Because like, I felt like she was gonna go call the cops because I told her that I wanted to fuck her.
So you thought she was gonna call the cops because you said you wanted to fuck her?
Yeah, like I literally thought she was gonna go call security and shit, like get this guy out of here. Or
and so what happened? Did she call the cops?
No, like I was chill, you know, I was cool, calm, and collected, and I just walked all smooth and just the other direction.
Okay, and so what's the I guess what's the point of this story? Like what's your question?
Like, my question is, like, is there any possibility that they could call the cops on me, and would I get into any type of trouble because I'm coming off sexual? Because, you know, you got to keep it sexual, right? You know, with women. I'm just trying to see, like, would I get into any kind of trouble if I'm, like, acting this type of way with women just to, like, let them know, like, hey, like, I want to fuck, you know? Like, would I get any kind of trouble if they were to, like, call the cops? Like, it just felt like, because, you know, when she stormed off, she felt like she was going to go press some button and call some security. To me, it felt that way, but, like, I don't know. Like,
dude, you're a little too paranoid, bruh. You're a little too paranoid, my dude. You feel what I'm saying?
She gave me the paranoid feeling. Like, I'm cool.
No. You were paranoid. That's why you're thinking she's going to go call the cops on you.
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And on top of that, when look, let me tell you guys, when you are talking to a woman, right, you should watch and look out for if a girl is showing any type of interest in you. Was this girl showing any type of signs that she was interested in you?
To be honest, she looked my way, and then that's how I seen her, and then she walked away. And
I know, but that's not a sign that she's interested in you, though.
But, like, I felt like it was just, like, in the moment, like, girls are walking everywhere, so, like... Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to, you know, approach girls, you know, like, I'm not really trying to, like, wait for, like, the actual sign, like, I'll still...
No, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that you wait for a sign to approach a girl. I'm saying if you approach a girl, right, and you're talking to her, and she's showing no signs of interest, this is what you got to understand. When you first approach a girl and you stop her and you're talking to her, she's going to show that she's interested through how she's looking at you, how she's talking to you, how her whole overall vibe is going to show some sort of interest. So, based off of that one thing, based off of how you approach her and she's showing the interest, that's what I'm saying. Is she showing any interest? Because once you see she's showing interest based off of your vibe or what you're saying to her and her responses to you, that gives you the indicator that you should continue. It's just like if I was trying to sell you socks, right? And I said, hey, you should buy these socks for me. They're $5, right? Now, if you said, nah, I'm good, I don't want any socks, right? Would it make sense for me to then try to sell you a suit that cost $1,000?
Nah.
Okay, so if you're approaching a girl and she's not showing you any interest at all, does it make sense to tell her you want to fuck her?
True.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So that's my point. So a lot of guys, they think they're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go and tell the girl I want to fuck her. That's cool. You can do that. But what's gonna happen is that because you didn't see any signs of interest, most likely she's not gonna fuck you. I'm saying most likely, or she's not gonna be interested in fucking you. You see what I'm saying? The only time you're gonna usually have a chick probably quote unquote call the cops on you is if you are sexually harassing her. You understand what I'm saying? And harassment means continuous unwanted attention. You see what I'm saying? So if you tell a girl one time, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do, she's going to be like, yes or no, right? Now if she says no, or she walks away, or if she, you understand what I'm saying? Then you leave it at that. If you keep badgering her, then that's harassment. And then she would be like, oh, let me call a cop or a security guy because this guy is harassing me. You see what I'm saying?
So that's what it is. So basically, to ever be in that situation and the word comes up, so I'm saying, like, just to understand it. So if, like, I'm continuing the issue or what I'm going to do, that is the sexual harassment.
Right. Exactly.
Oh,
Now understand this. A person can call the cops on you for whatever, but there still has to be like a reason. Like why if the cop gets there, what's she gonna say? You see what I'm saying? If there's no crime being committed, anybody could call the cops on anybody at any time. But it's like what's the charge? What's the crime? You see what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta understand.
Yeah.
So you know.
Okay, well then, if anything, I guess, just fuck with girls who cooperate and all in all, just trying to choose people who choose you, I guess, right?
Right. Well, you gotta be able to see. The better you are at reading women, the easier all of this shit's gonna be for you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it. You know what I mean? If you read women and you understand how women are, and you understand when you can tell a girl is feeling you, then everything else is gonna fall into place, and that's it. You feel me?
That's true.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, bro.
All right.
I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right, bro. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Take care, bro.
Later. Yeah, you guys gotta stop being scared, yo. Y'all out here thinking y'all gonna get arrested just for talking to a chick. It's like crazy. It's crazy. K. Zaggy said the caller need the bad boy membership. It's true. I agree. Oh, man. Ridiculous. So what's popping off in the chat room, people? So the calling number is 646-481. God damn. Hold on, wait. So it'd be like 10 million people calling at once. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, Locario.
What's poppin'? Who's this?
What's up, man? This is John.
What up? What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man. I want to get your opinion on just kind of how do you tell the difference between a girl who's, because I get a lot of girls flirting with me, at work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how do you tell the difference between a girl who's just being goofy and just kind of, you know how girls are, you know what I mean? Like, they have that goofy, friendly flirting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a natural flirt. I'm pretty good at all, kind of getting sexual with girls. But at work, it's like a whole different story, right? So I'm just trying to, tell the difference between a girl who's really about it and a girl who's not.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do it specifically at work. What you would need to do is you would need to invite that girl outside of work to hang out with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you might say, yo, what you doing after work today? And then she'd be like, nothing. You'd be like, yo, let's go get a drink at the bar down the block or whatever, right? And then once you're at the bar down the block, that's when you start to do what you need to do. That's when you start to actually flirt with her heavy, build that sexual tension and see if she's responding to that. Then you'll really know if she's into you or if she's just playing games.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Cause yeah, a lot of these girls, man, they just be fucking. Man, they be with boyfriends, or they'll be older or whatever, and still, flirting and stuff. And it's like,
Well, the thing is this. The thing is this. You have to basically get chicks in a position to where they need to respond to your flirting. So what happens is a lot of times what guys will do is they'll talk to girls all day just on some regular platonic stuff, and then the girl she'll like take the attention, and she might even start flirting with you a little bit because she's like, well, let me throw a little bit of sexual attention to this guy because I know that's going to get him excited. I know that's going to get more attention. So now if you see her throwing that sexual attention to you, and now let's say, for example, y'all at the bar and you say to her, listen, like let's say y'all are both sitting at the bar and shit, and then you stand up and then you get closer to her chair or whatever, and you put your arm around the chair and you say, listen, I want you to close your eyes. I'm about to kiss you right now. Right now, if she complies, then it's showing she's interested. If she's like, oh, what are you doing? And no, blah, blah, and she's anything like that, then that's showing that she's just being a dick tease. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta put them in position for them to have to, put up or shut up. You understand? That's what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And what do you think about like reading people's what would you read in terms of like social interactions? Because I'm a pretty good reader at. I think my social intelligence is pretty high. I'm a pretty good reader on when someone doesn't want to talk, or those people who just tell you about their life and you're just like, they just don't get it that you don't want to talk, right? I feel like there's a lot of guys out there who don't pick up on those social cues. What would you pick up on in terms of a girl, actually feeling you? Kind of not explicitly saying it to you, but little things, the subtle things.
Like to see if a girl's feeling you or not?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, the thing is, a lot of it is really like noticing what she's saying to you. Like, for example, if a girl's asking you a lot of questions and personal questions, that means she's feeling you. You understand? Because she's trying to figure you out, get to know you, understand what's going on with you. You understand what I'm saying? If a girl is touching you a lot while she's talking to you, that means she's feeling you. You understand? If she is in extreme close proximity to you without you necessarily making it, you're not the one trying to get close to her, but she's getting closer to you, that's showing that she's feeling you. You understand what I'm saying? If she's laughing and giggling at your corny ass jokes, that means she's feeling you. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different. This is why I tell you guys go to Bad Boy Membership, because I have a program called 15 Signs that she's into you, because there's other signs that's not so obvious that you may not know, that you understand, that shows that a girl's into you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you gotta like understand those things.
And another thing is being kind of like, I don't want to say like jokey with them, but showing and displaying your sense of humor. Is that kind of like a no way to go, or what do you think about that?
What do you mean, like being funny or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like, because I love like teasing women, like kind of like digging them or whatever, What do you think about that? Is that kind of a useful thing to do, or do you think that that's kind of corny? Being kind of.
Yeah, well, the thing is this: if it's something this is the thing. It's always useful if it's something that's natural. So if you're not naturally a funny person or a clever person, don't try to be that to be interesting. You understand? Because then it's gonna come off like not natural, and it's gonna seem weird because you don't it doesn't really flow naturally. But the thing is, if you know that you have a natural knack for it, or you're good at communicating in that way, then use it, because that could be something that could work in your favor. And this is the thing. This is why it's important to talk to a lot of women and get well versed in interacting with women, because this is what's going to always happen. If you're and any guy who talks to a lot of women will tell you the same shit. The more you talk to women, the more you're going to hear similar conversation
thing.
things, right?
Yeah.
And then so because you hear those similar things, you have other things. You have things to say that's gonna make the conversation more interesting and clever because you done heard it all already. You see what I'm saying? So so what happens is that when you're dealing with women and you're interacting with them, you come off as more interesting because it's like you already know what to say. That works most of the time when you're talking to other girls who say the same shit. You know what I mean? So that's the type of shit that happens because like I run into girls where they'll say shit like, "Oh, I got a boyfriend," or like in my situation, for example, like I tell women, like I tell them like, "Hey, I'm a dating coach and shit," right? And so they'll usually say to me, they'll be like, "Oh, so are you like testing me out now? Are you judging every move I'm making?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll say, I'm like, "Hell yeah." And I'm like, "You're doing a terrible job." And I'm like, "Listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be like a super attractive woman to a guy." And then so it opens me up to be able to tell her certain things that's like interesting, funny, or whatever in that moment. You see what I mean? So I'm just using that. But it's because for me personally, since I say that to a lot of women, I always hear that a lot. They'll be like, "Oh, so are you like testing all my moves in it?" So I already have something to come back with that. So it's anything that you're doing or saying, you'll probably run into a lot of different conversations threads that are similar. So you'll have already comebacks for it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So so it'll help if you're naturally like clever with it, or if you're not naturally clever with it, but you've been talking to so much women that you have snappy comebacks you can use, then hell yeah, use that shit.
Right, yeah, just the snappiness. Yeah, I'm kind of like a natural with that. Like a girl, I work at a restaurant, and there's this hot hostess there, and she's always going back and forth with me in terms of just kind of nagging each other.
Right.
And she came back to the kitchen and asked for like the bag of food. It was a to-go order, And she was like, "Is that to-go order ready?" And I was like, "Yeah." I bagged it up. I was like, "Here you go, Mrs. Gabby." Her name's Gabby.
Right.
And then she goes, it's Miss, not Mrs. She's like, "I'm not married." And, just like with the smirk on her face, and she was like, "That's something your parents would have taught you when you're like 5 years old."
Right.
And I just came back with it. Like, I was like, "Well, you'll never be married, so you don't have to worry about that."
Right.
So it was I'm just kind of natural with it, but I just wanted to know if like that was kind of corny to do.
No, and that's good because what it is that whatever you can do to be able to be a better conversationalist, to be able to banter back and forth better. Right. All that's doing is helping, because even if, let's say for example, even if you're talking to a girl and you don't get her, what it is that because you're talking to her, you're practicing your verbal skills. You understand?
Exactly, yeah.
And then it becomes second nature. You understand? And then because you're practicing it, your verbal skills become stronger. So then when you talk to another girl, it's easier for you to get her because you've been practicing your verbal skills. The problem is a lot of guys, the reason why it's hard for them to get girls is because they wait too long to approach women, or they don't approach women on a consistent basis. They don't deal with women on a consistent basis. Like I literally every day I'm talking to women, either online, in person, at a party, at a club, whatever. Every day, there's never a single day that I'm not interacting with a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that I've created a situation where it's so second nature when I'm talking to a chick that like for example, at this point, if I probably get maybe 70% of chicks that I try to holler at. So if I'm talking to 10 girls, I'll probably get 7 of them. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've gotten to that point where I already know the things to say, the things to do, the things that's going to most likely get me to get from this point to that point, to the point where I can tell what type of chick, and this is some more advanced game. When you learn how to interact with women and you interact with a whole bunch of women, you become so good at listening to women and what they're saying, you end up understanding what type of girl you're talking to. You understand? And then so because you understand what type of girl you're talking to, you know the best way to come at her in certain situations if you want a particular outcome. So for example, if I'm talking to a girl at a certain event or a bar or something, and let's say I'm trying to get her that night, because I know what type of girl she is based off of the things she's saying to me, right? I understand the way to come at her to get her, hooked in order to, move it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother, thing that I'll probably have to do a membership program on that one. So dudes understand how to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. That's kind of insightful. So.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, bro. All right?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Peace. Yeah, man. You guys got to get out there and talk to these women, bro. You feel me? You got to talk to the ladies and get used to it. You said I'm bragging. I'm just saying, man. I want you guys to get to that point so y'all can see. All right, hold on. Let me see what this is. Hold on. Yo, what up?
Mr. Locario?
What's poppin'? You got to turn down your computer or whatever in the background.
Oh yeah, that's you.
All right. What's going on, bro?
All right. So I'm an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have game, but I know that I'm a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on my purpose, and I can't purchase the Bad Boys membership at the time, like right now. And I don't meet a lot of new people, but I want to know the quickest way to learn game because I do desire women, even though that some of them aren't shit, but that's that's female nature. So, but
well, the thing is this. The thing is this, because you're saying you want to know the quickest way to learn game, right? But there's really no quick way to learn it. You know what I mean? It's more so, I guess if you want to say anything, the quickest way would be to start now and be extremely consistent with learning it. So you say that you don't go out a lot. Is that what you said?
I don't meet a lot of new people because of I'm staying on my purpose and and the way that I operate is kind of, I'm an introvert, so I don't really I tend to see a female and then I subconsciously reject them already because of the fear of rejection, which leads to me not and I'm okay with it to a certain extent because I'm on my purpose and I'm like, okay, well, something's wrong. I know that something's wrong, and I know it starts with me being afraid of rejection.
Well, this is what's happening. You're using you being on your purpose as a crutch to not approach women or to interact with women. You see what I'm saying? So it's good that you're on your purpose, but you can be on your purpose and also talk to women. It's not anything that needs to not happen because you're on your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So just understand that aspect. But I think what's the bigger issue is that you say you're scared of rejection, right? Right. Well, this is the thing, understand that rejection is going to happen regardless. So you have to come to terms with understanding that's going to happen. You see what I mean?
Right.
So the thing is, don't necessarily worry about it. I would say also expect it, understand it. You understand? Understand that it's going to happen. So since you understand that it's going to happen or that's part of the game, then you sort of can eliminate sort of the fear of it. Because why are you scared of getting rejected?
Because like all men, we just want to be accepted. We desire females, so we would rather have acceptance than rejection.
So you're saying because you want to be accepted by the chick. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like as a man, we desire females and we want to be accepted by a female. Yeah.
Right. Well, this is the thing. That's part of the issue is that you're in, and this is a big reason why I try to get guys to understand how valuable they are, because it's not about you accepting or it's not about the girl accepting you. You understand? It's about you accepting yourself and understanding how valuable you are, right? And also understand that you don't necessarily need a woman's acceptance. You understand? All you really need to worry about is if the girl is showing you respect and following your program. That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all you really need to understand. And so what it is this. when you're approaching and talking to girls, don't worry about the rejection, because all the rejection means is that this girl doesn't want to follow your program. You understand what I'm saying? She doesn't want to follow your lead. Because a girl cooperating with you, giving you the number, being very, like kind to you and nice to you and being all up in your face and smiling and all that is that's a girl showing that she wants to follow your lead and be a part of your program, right? So all you're doing is while you're talking to girls, you're just looking for those girls. So you might talk to 10 girls and 8 of them will reject you, but then 2 of them will want to get, get with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
and this leads back to the fact that when in one of your videos you say it's about you, not about her.
Right, exactly. Right, because right now it sounds like you're making it about the woman. You feel what I'm saying? Because it sounds like you're making it about you, but you're really making it about the woman. You're trying to get acceptance from the girl so that you feel good about yourself. What I'm saying is feel good about yourself, period. With or without a woman. You see what I'm saying? That's the where you need to get at. Because once you get at that, then you won't care about the rejection. You see, the only reason you care about the rejection now is because you're looking for acceptance from the girl. Without the acceptance from the girl, you wouldn't care about the rejection. You see what I'm saying? It's an ego thing. It's a thing of saying, I matter only if this girl likes me or not. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to get out your head. You have to get out you got to look at it like this. Look at the aspect of dealing with women as sort of like a tool. Meaning, let's say, for example, like, you if you're hungry, right? You go and say, well, I'm hungry, I'm going to get food, right? So if you go to a store, let's say, like it's late at night, you might go to a restaurant. And that first restaurant you go to, they may say, oh, I'm sorry, we just closed the kitchen, right? Now, are you going to feel like bad as far as your ego, or as far as you're going to feel like, oh, are you going to feel like a bad person because they said their kitchen is closed? You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, you're just going to go to another restaurant. You're going to be like, okay, well, their kitchen's closed. Let me go to that restaurant across the street. You understand? And so all you're doing is trying to get that food. So you don't care that you didn't get the food from this restaurant. You're going to go to the next restaurant. So the same thing happens when you're dealing with women. I don't care that I didn't get what I wanted from this woman. I'm going to go to the next woman. The actual rejection means nothing as far as it pertains to me as a person. You see what I'm saying? I'm only dealing with you as a woman so that you fit into what I'm trying to do as a man. That's it. You see what I'm saying? So the rejection is irrelevant. Rejection only matters when you're dealing in ego. When you're dealing in trying to get a girl, it only matters when you don't understand your value and you don't understand confidence. Because you have some people that say, well, you can't be confident unless a girl likes you, or you can't be confident unless you have success. That's that bullshit. So this is where that thought process comes from, of you feeling like you need that acceptance outside of you to feel good in the first place. You don't need, I'll even go even deeper than that. You don't even need a woman to fucking love you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need that shit. You feeling like you need a woman to love you is all ego based. You understand? When I'm dealing with any woman I'm dealing with, all it's about is, how is she providing me the things I need for what I want in my life? So either that be sex, that be companionship, that be her helping me with my business, whatever it is that she is there for a purpose, which is my purpose. You see what I'm saying? So you don't need I need you to love me and pat me on my back and tell me I'm cute and tell me I'm sexy and tell me I'm good. I don't need that shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm horny. I need you to fuck. I need to fuck you because I'm horny. I'm hungry. I need you to cook me a fucking sandwich. You see what I'm saying? I'm running my business. I need you to run these errands, fucking fax these papers, and do whatever the fuck I'm doing. That's it. So while I'm doing that, and I'm approaching girls and I'm interacting with girls, I don't care if you reject me. Actually, I'm actually glad you're rejecting me, because all you're telling me is that you're not the right person for this job that I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? You're not the right chick. So I'm going to go to this next chick and when I go to that next chick and she talks to me and I'm talking to her and she's cooperating and she's feeling the dude and everything that's going down, she's about it, then we good. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there getting upset about the rejection because I don't need your acceptance. I don't need your pat on the back. I don't need for you to tell me that I'm good because I know I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the thing. So anytime you're dealing with women and you're picking women up or you're trying to holler at girls and your mindset is, oh, I'm scared of getting rejected or I don't want her to reject me or I want her to like me and all of that shit is the shit that's fucking you up. When you start to look at it as this is just the actual like this is just the tool that I need in this situation in order to create the situation I need overall, that's what's going to propel you to really go after this without putting all that emotional, all those feelings into it. You understand? It's just more so, look, this is what I'm doing. You understand? So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And what if it's like you have your homies and then you have females? So when you say smooth things to females, it's like they don't react the way that you would want them to react because like you still have that like homie mentality, like because like I don't talk to people except for my homies and stuff. So when I'm speaking to females, I tend to talk to them like they're my homies, and I have no way of being smooth or like yeah.
Well, it's the thing. It's not necessarily about just being. It's not about just being smooth. It's about being efficient in any situation that you're dealing with a woman. So, for example, if you're talking to a chick and you're in a specific situation where you're trying to make sex happen, right? You're going to flirt heavy and you're going to create a situation of sexual tension. You're not going to do that with your homeboys. You feel what I'm saying? You're not going to do that with your peoples. So it's a different type of energy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I can't flirt like
right. But this is what I want you to understand though. This is the only similarity that I want you to take from that. When you're talking to your friends, do you worry about what you're going to say to them?
No.
Do you think about every little thing you're going to say before you say it?
No.
Right. You just have a conversation. Y'all just go back and forth. Y'all interact with each other. Y'all have fun. Y'all chill. Y'all talk about whatever. Same thing for a woman. The only difference is that it's sexual. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. And also the difference also is when you're dealing with a woman, you still have to speak to her and interact with her as a guy who is a leader. Because also when you're talking to a woman, you're still leading the conversation, which is what you should be doing all the time. So, for example, if I'm talking to a girl at a bar and, I'm saying to myself, I want to take this girl home tonight. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm having a conversation. I'm flirting with her and all this other stuff. So I'm going to throw in questions like, so, where do you live? And what are you doing later after this? And, like certain things to get me the information I need in order to seal the deal. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's the same thing as if you think about you talking to your friends, but the same sort of concept as far as you just sort of flowing with it is the same way you flow with the woman. The only difference is that you lead the interactions and you flirt. That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
That's all you got to do.
I appreciate it, Mr. Locario.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. I'm holler at you. All right, peace. All right. Hold on. All right. Man. So what's popping? My dude Humble Wolf in the chat room. What's good, bro? What is good? Man. But yeah, you guys gotta get used to talking to these girls, man. I'm telling you, the more you talk to women, nigga, it's gonna be way easier. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's going on? This is Woods.
What up, bro?
Man, I ain't talked with Charles in a minute. I've been trying to catch you with Miles, but Miles be on the phone line getting lit up.
I feel you. What's going on with you, though?
Yeah. But let me ask you actually a couple of things, because, and I was hollering at a chick last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember how old she was now. I think she was in her mid-30s. Could have been late 20s, but I'm thinking low to mid-30s.
Right.
And she wasn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't full cooperation. But that was in the beginning stages where I was like, so where you from? And she kind of gave a vague question, and then talking about how she went to Florida, but just moved up here 5 months ago. And then I was like, okay, well, when are you free so we can hook up? Oh, well, you know, I just moved up here. I ain't got time. Blah blah blah. I said, well, hey, I'll give you my number and you let me know when you're free.
Right.
Well, I'll probably never use it. And then she started laughing. And I was like, she could have been joking or whatever, but because it wasn't full cooperation. You know, I was like, whatever on that. Right. But I'm thinking, though, that I screwed it up because I was like, well, you want me to teach you how to dance? And she's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I said, well, you can come with me and watch me do it. And I don't know if she got pissed about that. But, you know, woman is.
Look, man, she's, you know, she sounds like a difficult chick, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because she ain't really cooperating.
And that's really what I came to with the laughter.
Right.
When she said it and then laughed, I was like, dude, fuck you.
See, well, that's the thing. Look, because the thing is this. You know, what you really want to look for anytime you're dealing with chicks is you want to look for the women who are making it extremely easy for you to the point. Like if you, this is what you should be saying to yourself while you're talking to this girl. You should, in your mind, you should say, "Damn, this shit is too easy." It should feel that way. Like, this shit is too fucking easy. That's when you know a chick is cooperating. Because as much as guys, and this is how I always know that I can tell the level of game a guy has, where he's at generally, because, you know, you have a lot of guys online who complain about, oh, these girls this and these girls that. When a girl is feeling you, and she's really, really feeling you, the shit is too fucking easy. Meaning, she is the nicest person on the planet Earth when you're dealing with this shit.
And I agree with that, and I've even dealt with that.
Right.
I think sometimes, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, Locario. See, I have a problem because, like I've told you before, my eye is always on the next bitch. Or who I think is the baddest, or who I'm just attracted to. Like, I went to the bar Sunday night, and I walked out with 7 numbers. Now, 3 of them, I text them all the next day, and I only got 3 responses, but it is what it is.
That's good,
but
though.
I stood in one spot, and I was grabbing hands like, damn, you sexy as hell. What's your name? You know, where you from? Here, what's your number? We're going to hang out. Right. And I got some success with that because, like you said, I'm always looking for cooperation. But then you get some of these women that you put your hand up, they throw their hand out, or they always coming up with reasons what's not to, you know, I got my friend over here real quick, and I got you know, and after about 3 of those, I'm like, well, just go on.
Right, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Those are the girls who their interest is not that high. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, because understand that there are, you know, there are no girls out there who, it's like this. All girls cooperate, but it's about who they're gonna cooperate with. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So guys will be like, oh, but she's uncooperative. Yeah, she's uncooperative to you. So this is why I always tell guys, you gotta find the ones that's cooperating with you. Because, like you said, you would talk to these girls and then they be like walking off and acting all this and all that. If they was interested, they would not be walking off. Now, with that being said, there are times if you actually want to, you can still try to holla and you can turn the situation around. But that's just more work you're doing. See, I like to focus more on.
I feel some kind of way about that.
Right.
I really do.
We say that again?
I feel some kind of way about that. I really do.
Right.
Because if I gotta convince you, then is it really worth it for me?
That's what I'm. And that's how I look at it. That's why I usually don't like to even bother with that. Like, to me, it's on some shit where, because this is one thing because you'll have some girls who they'll because you got to understand the difference. Certain girls are cooperating with you, but the way that they flirt is they're sort of trying to give you a hard time, but it's still in the form of cooperation. You understand? So this will be, you see what I'm saying? But you got to understand the difference.
And that's what I'm saying. Even in the case of the chick I was talking about last night, it seemed like minor cooperation. Then it really seemed like it wasn't. Like, and that's what I'm saying when she
and so
because I don't have time and then laugh.
Right, and so like, that's why
I'm looking at it like, okay, you cooperate because you standing here talking to me, looking me in my face, but the advances that I'm making, you kind of like, oh well,
right, and that's what I'm saying. That's not cooperation though, because understand that remember, women will do anything for attention. You understand? They just love the attention, so they'll stay there for the attention. But the attention doesn't necessarily mean cooperation. But sometimes, like what I was saying is, if the girl was actually cooperating with you, right, it would be, sometimes they'll do it in a way where they're being extra playful with it. So it may to the guy who doesn't understand this, he may think it's not cooperation. So for example, you may talk to a girl or something like that, and like I had this happen to me before. I was at this party, and this girl, she walked past me real slow, and she was looking me dead in my eye, right? And as she's walking past me, she keeps turning around and looking at me. But notice she keeps walking. So you're thinking, why does the girl keep walking if she's checking me out, right? So that's what I'm saying, where it's cooperation, but she's being playful with it, right? So when I saw her walking across the room, I go up to her and I say, yo, how you gonna stare at me like that and not stop by and say hi? You feel what I'm saying? And then so now I'm getting into the conversation with her, and she's still being playful with her banter, but it's still cooperation. So she was saying certain things like, she's like, oh, I don't know if I could. She said something like, oh, I don't know if I could give my number to a guy as cute as you because you might break my heart or something. You understand what I'm saying? So she's being, you see what I mean?
She's still cooperating.
Right, exactly. She's cooperating, but it sounds like, you see what I mean? So a guy who doesn't know, he's gonna be like, oh my God, she doesn't want to give me her number because he'll be on some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? But understanding that.
But if she, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Right.
If she is, in her case, the way I heard that is she's cooperating, but she's not. She's misdirecting. She's kind of do misdirection. She's putting herself out there.
Right.
And if you diss her, well, she wasn't. I wasn't really serious in the first place. But if you give me play, then yeah, it's on and popping. It's what it sounds like.
Right.
For her saying, well, I want to holler at you, but you kind of got to, so it's like a misdirection. Like I'm into you, but if you turn around and you ain't interested, then it ain't no love lost because I ain't really trying to talk to you for real like that. That's the way it sounded.
Well, that's the thing. It's not, and it's not even necessarily that. It's that sometimes what it is that a girl may be flirting with you, right? Because all of that is just flirting. So the girl's flirting, but that's just her style of sort of doing it to where she's letting you know she's interested, but she's also trying to not be too, you know what I'm saying, like obvious. Because the thing is, a girl who's 100% into you, most girls will be super obvious about it, but it's because they're sort of like just in like awe of you. They're like, oh shit, you're this cool fucking guy. Like, what's good? Blah blah blah. The girl that I was talking about, that stared at me and walked away and kept staring at me. She's the type of girl who she's interested in you, but she's also trying to see how interested in her she's want to see how interested I am in her before she actually totally submits. You see what I'm saying? But she's still cooperating. You see what I mean? And so that's you got to understand the difference between that versus a girl who at first it seems like it's cooperation, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh no, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Like now it turns into no cooperation. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
Yeah, I feel it.
You see what I mean? It's just a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
The last question before I get off the line. There's and I gotta get your opinion on this shit because like I said, I've been listening to you for a couple of years, and I feel in tune from what you all be saying, and then you kind of like give me some. I love it. There's a YouTuber. I don't know if some of your listeners or even if yourself been listening to it, but I got to get your opinion on. There's a YouTuber of some male out of California, and he has this thirsty black man series he runs, and he puts videos of these chicks who are complaining. Oh, I can't even go to the gas station, and y'all niggas trying to holler at me and blah blah blah. And then he comes on with his commentary like, see, y'all missing it for the good ones, that just want to say hi to this woman. But these women always trying to think that a nigga trying to holler at them at the gas station. Which I'm totally for. My thing is, you holler at her wherever you see them. It don't matter. If you interested, you holler at her. If she's not interested, she's just gonna, whatever.
Right.
That to me ain't thirsty. But my question to you is, do you feel like you always gotta combat against dumb nigga shit like that? The ones who are simping for these women, you always gotta correct terrible behavior.
Right.
Other YouTubers, other niggas that are putting out there like that.
Well, the thing is this, is not even, actually, this the funny part, is that actually makes it easier for real dudes. You see what I'm saying? That's the part that people don't get, because this is what happens. The only thing is that sometimes off the rip, a chick will assume you like these other, you like these other goofy dudes. You understand what I'm saying? But then when she notices, or if she already notices from the jump that you're not, then all that does is that makes you even more valuable in her eyes, because you become more rare. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a lot of dudes out there and even what you was explaining with this video, where the guy's like, oh, you guys are messing it up for the good guy. No. First of all, he's ridiculous, because he's sort of taking into account the shit women are saying. And this is what I was saying at the topic of the show is you got to laugh at women, is that you don't take none of that shit they saying seriously, talking about, oh, I can't even go to the gas station without somebody trying to holler at you. That's all bullshit. Chicks complain because that's what they do. Chicks love to fucking complain. Trust me. Chicks love to fucking complain. That's just what they do. You understand? This is why they go after the idiots that fuck them over, because they have something to complain about. And or this is why when they have a good dude, they end up doing some fuck shit, so that they have something else to complain about once the good dude gets mad at them for doing they fuck shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Right now.
But in this case, he's trying to build up his female, or he's just trying to simp.
Right. Exactly. He just, that's just on some simple shit. He's thinking that if I cape for these women, they'll want me because they'll think I'm on their side and all that other dumb shit that doesn't work. You feel what I'm saying? He just don't understand the game. But the thing is this is why it makes it easier for real dudes that understand the game, because what happens is that these women actually want and they're attracted to guys who understand women, guys who are men who are attractive. You see what I'm saying? Because an attractive guy, he's going to, and I talked about this on Steve Dedeen's show, I think earlier, where I was saying that women can tell when they're dealing with a guy who gets pussy. You understand what I'm saying? They can tell. They can smell that shit. They can feel that shit. And what happens is the reason why they want those guys is because those guys know what the fuck they're doing. So a lot of times when the guys who know what they're doing approaches a woman or is interacting with a woman, that woman is like, yes, finally. So it's not that these simps is making it harder. The simps actually make it easier. You see what I'm saying? For dudes who understand, because the dudes who understand stand out even more. You understand? Which gives you more options. Like, there's so many, I swear to you, I'm not even bullshitting. There's too many times where I've dealt with women who've thanked me for fucking with them. You understand? Like, thanked me. You understand what I'm saying? With fucking cards and all of that shit. With Hallmark cards, thanked me for dealing with them. You understand? I've had women who said straight up, listen, I don't care what your situation is. You can have a wife, girlfriend. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be down. I've had women say this. You understand what I'm saying? And it's because there's a shortage of guys who are on some real shit. Most of these guys out here on some fake goofy shit. Most of these guys out here are dudes who like do goofy shit like lie to women, pretend that, oh, I want to be with you, and act like a fucking simp and, you know, a beta male and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Most guys are out there doing that shit. So when they meet a real dude who's actually authentic, honest, and is like, look, this is what it is, they're down. Because, and check this out. I had a chick one time say to me, because I told this chick, I said, yo, listen, I told her, I was like, listen, I find you really attractive, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't want to date you. I don't got a lot of time and energy, but I really want to hook up with you a few times, right? Bruh, this chick, literally that fucking day, you understand? We ended up hooking up, and then we hooked up a few more times. And so what happened was she told me, she said, yo, I appreciate that you were just straight up with me. You feel what I'm saying? Because most dudes want to smash, but then they act like they don't want to smash. So then what happens is that they get her thinking that, oh, they want some other shit. And then she goes through the whole song and dance with them. And sometimes she ends up not fucking the guy. And then the guy ends up getting all pissed off because he didn't get no sex. And she says she get dudes that'll hit her up talking about, oh, fuck you, bitch, and blah, 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 because they're so frustrated because they were pretending to be something to get some pussy. And because they didn't get the pussy, they were upset. But she's like, these dudes act like they wanted something more. They wanted to get to know me and all this. And then they get all upset and start coming at me. So she was like, I appreciate that you just straight up told me this is what you want so that we could just do that. You feel what I'm saying?
Just going straight up with it. Just, hey,
right.
This is what it is.
Right. And that's it. You see what I'm saying? But too many dudes are scared to be real. You feel what I'm saying? They want to go and do this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's terrible.
Good talk like all that. You got Miles coming on the show Friday?
Nah, Miles is back in Florida. So he was just out here for a few weeks. But yeah, we gonna have Miles again live back on here. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna do that in a few. You feel me? Yeah, man.
Miles is that tough love, man.
Oh hell yeah. Y'all don't know, man. Me and Miles used to live in the same apartment, and I remember this shit was too funny. I'll tell you a personal story. We lived in the same apartment, and I remember like I didn't take out the trash or some shit. And it was smelling horrible in there. I just didn't take out the trash because I was like working on some other shit. I was just focused on something. This nigga came in the house. It's like, yo, what the fuck, yo? What's up with this? Like, he was going off. I was like, that's like classic Miles right there. Like, that's how he is for real. So I'll tell you, like, that's how you get down. So it's some real shit, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to have Miles on here again. You feel me? Yeah, man.
I'll be watching and waiting.
All right, bro.
I love it.
All right, I'm holler at you.
I'll at you.
All right, peace. Later. Yeah, man. Shit is crazy. All right, I can take probably another call, and then I'm going to have to head up out of here. I got to go see my girl real quick. You feel me? See what's popping out in these streets. Man. All right, let's see who this is. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, got Juice from LA.
Got Juice was popping, bro. What's going on with you?
Man, living a good life now.
All right, what's going on?
I told, like, you know how you talk to a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks she a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know her, like, as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the blue, she made me cry. I ain't gonna lie.
She made you cry?
She finally said the truth. She told, you know how they be doing live streams and all that?
Mm.
Like on Twitch or YouTube, whatever.
Mm.
And then she like, I'm going to tell all you know, the simps and, you know, the dudes try to get at her. She said it's not all about the looks.
Mm-hmm.
And they started saying, oh, nah, bitch. And I'm like, she telling you the truth.
Right.
And I'm sitting there clapping, crying, like, it's not about the look. She even said it herself. She looking like a dime piece. She was like, it's not about the looks. I was like, man, they just don't understand. And she's like, yeah, now I see what you're talking about. So I just be honest with these females now, like, and I see my results going up like crazy.
Right. Nah, real talk, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like once you start getting out here and seeing what's really popping, you start to see the light, man. You start to see what's going on out here realistically in these streets, man. Because a lot of these dudes, again, you gotta understand, a lot of cats live on the internet, man, unfortunately. So it's gonna be hard for them to relate to certain things.
You have to understand, the way I got out this shit, it's all in your fucking head.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's your head telling you not to approach the female instead of just do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you do it yourself, you feel like, oh, all this problem I had, it was over nothing.
Right.
And I just approached her.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a normal conversation. But the way we tell them have a normal conversation, they think over it. Like they want to say something else instead of having a normal conversation,
right,
and see what she about.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
right.
Locario, you just changed my mind. Like,
no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you gotta just keep doing what you're doing, and then you're gonna start to see more and more of those results. That's what I be trying to tell cats, man.
I'm going out tonight. You know, Locario, I have to keep going to the top.
That's what's up, bro. Appreciate it, man.
And I'll let everybody. Yeah.
All right, I'm holler at you, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man, that's what it is, people. That's funny. My wife just texted me. She's like, I peeked at your YouTube channel, saw you doing a live stream today. Why are you laughing at women? Oh, man, I love this woman. Hilarious. But yeah, man, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario?
What's poppin'? What's the deal?
Man, I've been loving the game lately. Like I've been approaching way more chicks lately. And the thing is, like, I've always been listening to your channel and a few other experts as well. But I've never really actually put in the work like I do now. And, things are just going so much smoother. And I was really listening to what you said about, like, the guys who were taught 20%, and then, like, what the naturals do around women, and, like, the mindset of the natural, and, like, I guess it's just great. I mean, when did you start becoming, like natural with women, like just kind of going off the bat?
You asking, like, when did I start being more natural with what I'm doing as far as, like, dealing with women?
Yeah, like, when did it start really coming more easy to you?
I mean, what I would say when I was, like, in my early 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, like, 21, 22, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I lost my virginity when I was 16, right? And even back then, it was still, there was a lot of shit that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And I was, I was scared of rejection. There were certain times where I was frustrated with women. Like I said, like, when I was, like, maybe 18 or something like that, I sounded like a lot of these MGTOW dudes sound now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was just, like, mad frustrated with chicks. You feel what I mean? And then as I got older and as I started studying the game, because I studied a lot of different shit. I studied a lot of the pickup artist shit. I studied like Tariq Nasheed stuff. I studied David D'Angelo shit. There was a lot of people that I was studying their stuff and then learning certain things about women and also going out and doing my own shit. You see what I'm saying? And then when I started seeing patterns and different things, then it started to become more second nature to me. The thing is it's still no matter how good you get, it's still always a learning process, and it's still gonna be a challenge regardless. Like, it gets easier because you know certain things, but it's never gonna be like, it's like working out. No matter how much you work out, when you still lift those 100 pounds weights, it's still heavy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, oh, I've been working out for 2 years, so this is nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's still gonna be that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So,
Another thing I like to tell dudes is just to, like, a lot of the problem guys have in the game is that, I mean, we're just in our heads so much. It's like, she'll be literally giving us so much information, and then since we were, like, all up in our head, like, thinking, like, oh, what do I say next? Like, what do I do next? Like, do I make a move? Like, we'll just completely miss out on what she said.
Right.
Like that.
Right. Well, that's the thing, and that's the part that makes it hard for you to win. It's almost like this. Let's say, for example, if you was in a fight, you're not going to be thinking, like if somebody swung on you and punched you in the face, you're not going to be standing there and thinking, hey, should I hit him with my fist or should I kick him with my... No, you just react with you just start going. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you flow with the situation. It's the same thing with women, is that, yeah, you might know how to do certain things, but you flow with the situation. Because the situation is gonna call, because it's like, you know, the things in your mind and in your you know all like the things that you should be doing, and that's the basis of it, the foundation. But you also have to flow in the situation. You also have to be in the situation and be in the moment, so that since you're in the moment, that's gonna yield you the best results when you are talking to that girl. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Real talk.
Yeah, man. That's what it is.
What's your best advice on a chick in the middle that might see you as a six? Because I was watching Ultimate Strategies, and he said, like, he was going over the 4 different strategies to attract women, and one of them was the direct approach. And what he said was that, all right, you might go up and directly approach a woman, and then be like, oh yeah, you're like you're real cute or whatever.
Mm.
What he said was that if she sees you as like an 8, 9, or 10, that she'll be like really receptive. She's like, wow, this man is daring. Like he's bold, he's brave. But then when she just sees you as a 6 or 5 or even a 7, he said that she'll be like, oh, is this how you talk to women? And blah 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 on BS. But I mean, I've gone direct with girls in the middle. And what I found is that sometimes we'll go direct with even the girls in the middle. Like they'll be receptive because they're not really used to a lot of guys like actually saying how they feel, being authentic with it.
Right. Well, this is the thing though. You gotta understand that. Mostly, see, if you're talking about a woman thinking you're an 8 or a 9, or a woman thinking that you are a 6 or a 5 and all that other shit,
right.
First of all, you're not gonna really know what she's thinking. You see what I'm saying? So you can't, so you can't come up to the situation and say, oh, that girl over there is gonna think I'm a 6, or that girl over there is gonna think I'm a 10, right? All you need to know at the end of the day is that your behavior, right? How you approach a girl, the energy you put out there, right? Your behavior is going to determine, generally, not all the time, but generally, how she's going to respond to you. Because this is the thing. No matter how you look, right? No matter how you look, you could be the best looking dude on earth, the worst looking dude on earth. You could think you're fucking super awesome looking. You could think you're whatever. No matter how you look, right? You don't know if how you look is what she considers a 8, 9, or 10 physically. You feel what I'm saying? So you could be a tall 6'4" black dude, right? With white teeth, dark skin, looking all, like an Idris Elba type of dude, and you approach that girl, and she may not be physically attracted to you because she only likes white guys. You feel what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm saying? So you never know what she's going to think about you physically. So all you have as far as, to go on is how you act in the situation. So let's say, for example, that girl who's really just attracted to white guys, she may end up being attracted to that black dude because of his behavior. So even though he's not her physical type, she may end up liking him because of how he's coming at her. You understand? She may never have been with a black guy before. So this may be the first time. She might be excited because of how he's coming at her. So it's more so figuring out or honing your skills as far as your behaviors toward women. How confident are you? How do you talk to girls? How do you flirt? Those are the, and the thing is, you want to make sure that you're on point as far as your appearance and how you put yourself together. That's just, off top. But when you approach them, that's where the magic happens. You see what I'm saying? So, it's not about like, oh, well, if the girl thinks you're a 10 or what, because a lot of times, truthfully, the girl may end up thinking you're a 10 because of your behavior. You see what I'm saying? That's what guys don't understand. Girls will judge you on your attractiveness or your attraction, your level of attraction that they have for you, a lot of times is based off of how they're interacting with you, the behavior you display. You feel what I'm saying? Because the behavior you display can take you from a 5 to an 8 or 9 or 10, or the behavior you display can take you from a 10 to a 6. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
And alpha male, he also said that, like, the way that the most attractive guys flirt is that, like, they don't flirt. Like, I don't know. I just didn't really, like, kind of get what he was saying. Cause like, how are you supposed to come across as a guy that wants to kind of get in your pants and go on dates? Like, you're not even flirting.
So say that again. You said that. How do you flirt with a woman? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like he said that. Like, alpha males don't flirt. That's basically what he said. Like, you just kind of sit there, like, hold mouthfuls for you to talk to her and then get to know her. I think what he was trying to say was that it's just not to be all goofy, like, laughing and making all these sexual innuendos. But I mean, him saying that alpha males don't flirt would kind of like some people just won't get that.
Well, when you're talking to a woman, you're gonna flirt. You feel what I'm saying? If you're actually trying to get with her and build sexual tension. See, that's the thing is, you can talk to a girl friendly all day and she'll be friendly with you, but that's usually not gonna bring anything to the situation. Remember, women follow you. So they're following you all the time. So they're going to follow you based off of you being super friendly and platonic, meaning they're going to just be friendly and platonic back. If you're flirting with them and they're interested in you, they're going to flirt back. And so the flirting is the thing that creates the situation that builds the sexual tension. And then when you have the sexual tension, sexual tension means that there is basically a feeling of me and you might end up doing something sexual. You understand? And so how do you get to me and you might do something sexual if there is no flirting or sexual tension being built? You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. So the thing is, it doesn't make sense to say, well, you shouldn't flirt with a woman. If you're not flirting with a woman, what are you doing?
Yeah, when he was saying all that, I was picturing like me just sitting there, kind of just being all serious and like, I mean, yeah, you should, like, she should feel your masculine presence or whatever, but you still gotta flirt, like, one way or another.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You gotta flirt with a chick. You have. Right. It's like, look, guys. This is the thing. If you don't understand how women operate and how they are, right, you're going to lose the game. This is what I always hear what dudes say. They'll say goofy shit like, well, I'm not going to talk to a woman unless she looks at me first or unless she chooses me first. First of all, most guys hardly ever get a girl checking them out. You understand?
I know.
Ever. So how the fuck you gonna wait for a chick to check you out before you talk to her when most girls don't check you out? That don't make no fucking sense. But see, again, that's why I said dudes live on the internet. They're not out there in real life. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't sit there and wait for some chick to always give you the signs to go and approach her. No, you go and approach her. And the funny part is, a lot of times chicks don't end up choosing you until they actually talk to you, until you actually approach. So the thing is, sometimes what happens is you might not be on a girl's radar until you go up and approach her and flirt with her. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And also on top of that, sometimes what happens is a woman is too intimidated to make the first move. So sometimes women aren't going to make the first move on you. They're waiting for you to do something. They're waiting for you to create the situation. Now, after you create the situation, she may start being a little bit more assertive in that situation, but it's still up to you in most cases, because women are passive and passive aggressive. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
Yeah, real talk.
You know, so that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
A lot of times, these women, they don't even, like, sometimes they won't even notice you until you say something.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because I hear that from a lot of people. They'll be like, yo, well, I'm going to wait for a girl to choose me, or I'm going to wait for a girl to check me out. And I'm like, bruh, chicks don't be checking dudes out like that. And on top of that, if they do, because this is the thing, maybe like a 2 or 3% of guys consistently get girls checking them out. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have the 95 to 97% of dudes who hardly ever get a girl checking them out. And if you do get a girl checking you out, some girls are so quick with it and slick with it, you won't even notice the girl checked you out.
Yeah, it's funny that you mention that, because, like, when I was listening to one of your videos, when you said that same exact thing, about how these chicks, they'll sneak in little looks here and there. Like,
Right.
I started, like, actually kind of, like, peeking through my peripherals and just, like, moving my, like, just move my head just a little bit. I'll catch these chicks, like, looking.
Right.
So that's one of the things that really got me going. I'm like, I really need to take action, because there's literally no excuse. Like, in my mind, I'm like, look, there's literally no excuse for me to not go up to these chicks. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to pull them.
Right, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, look, you gotta go out there and go after what you want. For, you know, just in general, you being a man, that's what it's about. It's not about you, because look, if you're waiting for choosing signs and choosing signals and all this other shit,
I used to do that.
You know what I'm saying? You're basically following the woman. You're waiting for her to give you the okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you want to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You want to be very proactive in your situations that you're dealing with women, and not just with women, but just in your life. Because what happens is that if you get so used to that, who's to say you're not going to end up doing that in other aspects of your life? You're just going to be waiting on opportunities instead of creating your own opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So,
yeah, like all my friends, like, I'm in college right now,
right?
And all my friends are always talking about how they have trouble getting women, and how like that they might approach like maybe 3 or 4 girls, even though they ask me for advice, and I tell them, I'm like, dude, you gotta go out and, like, really do some numbers, man.
Right.
Cause, like, it's gonna be like a lot of BS you'll go through, but, like, they don't do it, and then I don't know.
Right. Nah, real talk, man. Real talk. But yo, listen, I gotta head up out of here. Right. I appreciate the call, bro. All right.
Oh, no problem.
I'm gonna talk to you later. Peace. All right, people. It is about that time. The brother gotta head up out of here. You feel me? Yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Copacetic Arts, J Holiday 3, T Williams, Ricardo McKay, Cristiano, Manure Sand was popping with you, bro. VP Films, AQI, Daquan Jackson, Female Pimp, Pori Orandi, Got Juice, Humble Wolf, shout out to you. Ellie Empire in the building. Zeus Flippy. Who else? Mark A, Catalyst TI, Shaddy Perp. Who else is up in here? My dude K Zagan was in the building. Carl Mitchell. Who else was in here? Nydia David. Create Noise was good. Mactownization. Shout out to you. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Listen, I will be seeing you guys again Friday. So have a happy Thanksgiving. Also, I'm going to be having a Black Friday sale where when you join the Bad Boy membership, you can get any 2 of my products for free. Okay? I'll give 2 products for free. Any 2 you want when you join the Bad Boy membership for Black Friday. You feel me? So I will holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.